Hello, my friends, and I hope you are having a fantastic day. So we are going to continue down this rabbit hole of Godot. Yes, I understand it's probably pronounced differently. I've been told Godot. I've been actually told that I'm saying it correctly too. But however, I'm going to continue no matter what saying it Godot because that's what I like. That said, I figured we would start the video with a quick look at how things are going for them. As you can see, as of today, they are making 56,667 euros a month with 1,553 members and 18 sponsors. Compared to my video from the 30th, that is actually an increase. They are now making approximately $2,000 more a month, have a little less than 100, I guess, and still the same amount of sponsors. So apparently their little drama thing has helped them for the time being. We'll see if that continues to be positive for them. As I mentioned in my last video, they have indeed put out a statement in regards to the whole kerfuffle that has gone on, as one of their Discord mods decided to call it. It says here, on Friday, we made a tweet that unexpectedly led to a wave of harassment directed at our staff and community. We unequivocally condemn this abuse. The volume of negative engagement overwhelmed our moderation efforts. While attempting to protect the Godot community, we mistakenly blocked individuals who were not participating in the harassment, which you started doing right off the bat when there really wasn't that much backlash, but cool. The Godot Foundation Board takes full responsibility for these moderation actions. If you believe you were blocked in error and have not violated our code of conduct, please contact us with the form linked below. We are committed to swiftly rectifying any mistakes. We firmly stand by our mission to keep our community spaces free from hate, discrimination, and other toxic behaviors. I mean, you've already really proven that you believe in plenty of discrimination, so that is beside the point. On community moderator Xanax, we strongly condemn the harmful language used by Xanax, moderator of the unofficial Godot-related Discord server. We want to clarify that Xanax is not hired by, nor a spokesman for the Godot Foundation. As an organization, we have our own official Discord server, moderated together with new volunteers vetted by our team. Unfortunately for them, this is proven to be false. You'll see here the unofficial Godot server, and then mapped together with moderators in the unofficial server. Many of them are the exact same, including Paperjack, who if you recall from the first one, was the one in contact with Starkium, the fellow he timed out for asking if he could be unblocked by the community manager. Now, since they mentioned the code of conduct, I figured we could take a quick look at this. And they start off with, the Godot project is an international community open to everyone without discrimination. We want the community to be a safe and welcoming place for both newcomers and current members. Everyone should feel comfortable and accepted regardless of their personal background and affiliation to the Godot project. Apparently not true. Philosophy is basically, them talking about laying out common guidelines to ensure positive and inspiring atmosphere. The part that gets me here is human interactions happen in context and are complex. Perceived violations are evaluated by real humans who will try to interpret the interactions and the rules with kindness. Accordingly, there is no need to hypothesize on how these rules would affect normal interactions. Be reasonable. The code of conduct team surely will be as well. Again, this has been proven false. They've literally said that their code of conduct team will be reasonable and will evaluate, and they really haven't. They went straight to blocking people who had nothing to do with any kind of phobia or isms or anything like that. People just making plain old criticisms of the time they're spending talking about a specific type of politics in games instead of, fixing bugs. Application: the code of conduct applies to all users and contributors who engage with the Godot project and its community platforms, both online and at Godot-related events. The expectations: politeness is expected at all times. Be kind and courteous. Well, I can tell you right now, their unofficial moderator definitely broken that one. Always assume positive intent from others. Wow. We're 0 for 2 so far here, guys. Be aware that differences in culture and English proficiency make written communication more difficult than face-to-face communication, and that your interpretation of messages may not be the one the author intended. 3 for 3, anybody? Conversely, if anyone asks you to rephrase something you said, be ready to do so without feeling judged. Feedback is always welcome. Ow, 4 for 4. But keep your criticisms constructive. We encourage you to open discussions, proposals, issues, and bug reports. Use the community platforms to discuss improvements, not to vent out frustrations. Similarly, when other users offer you feedback, please accept it gracefully. Restricted conduct. Participating in restricted conduct will lead to a warning from community moderators and/or the Code of Conduct team, and may lead to exclusion from the community in the form of a ban from one or all platforms. Weird. I didn't see anybody on Twitter getting any warnings, did you? The Godot project is committed to providing a friendly and safe environment for everyone, regardless of level of experience, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, disability, physical appearance, body size, race, ethnicity, language proficiency, age, political orientation, nationality, religion, or other similar characteristics. We do not tolerate harassment or discrimination of participants in any form. Well, again, they have proved this wrong. In particular, we strive to be welcoming to all industry minorities. Oh God, I hate that. And to ensure that they can take a more active role in the community and projects. Targeted harassment of minorities is unacceptable. So, not so much a friendly and safe environment for anybody. They really are just focusing for minorities. You can't say that you're for everybody and then say, but we're focusing on these people specifically. It doesn't work that way. As a community developed project, we strive for consensus among contributors before moving forward with a proposed feature. If there is not enough support for your ideas, please don't continue insisting or trying to force others into supporting your point. Features are not accepted through a voting process, so piling on to a contentious feature proposal is not acceptable. Aggressive or offensive behavior is not acceptable. You will be excluded from participating in the community if you insult, demean, harass, intentionally make others uncomfortable by any means, or participate in any other hateful conduct, either publicly or privately. Technically, they've done that. Likewise, any spamming, trolling, flaming, baiting, or other attention-stealing behavior is not welcome and will result in exclusion from the community. Any form of retaliation against a participant who contacts the Code of Conduct team is completely unacceptable, regardless of the outcome of the complaint. Any such behavior will result in exclusion from the community. For certainty, any conduct which could be reasonably be considered inappropriate in a professional setting is not acceptable. Right. Okay. That is the Code of Conduct that the people who have been blocked supposedly broke. Here is a tweet from someone called PigDev, or .pig.//dev. Months ago, members from the Godot engine community reached out to me looking for a safe place to relate with other members of the community. They complained, saying that they were getting banned from ridiculous things for saying things like guys, which is supposedly not gender neutral. This DM says, hey, you know of any online game dev communities, preferably Godot, where I can say thank you guys without sparking a huge discussion on why the term guys is harmful, and one with users who may be less prone to block communications with me, who I collab with because I voted for Trump? I feel dumb for asking. I just developed an obsession on it for a few years now. Hope you don't mind the DM, and thank you for your time. Thank you for all your YouTube content, by the way. I love it. Another one. Hey, can I get your opinion confidentially on something? And there's a video or something scribbled out. I'm being blocked out of key Godot community accounts, 3 so far, based on my reply to the Pride thread. Is there anyone in Godot core team who'd be sympathetic to my case, or is the community hopelessly compromised already? And here's yet another. After this, I also appealed to the Godot community team, or whatever they call themselves, by email, got no reply, and I don't respect one. This is many weeks ago now. Based on the events around this blocking, I'll never contribute to Godot again. Docs, bug reports. Will never encourage others to do so. The gatekeeping is too capricious for any outsider to invest in it currently. Feel free to screenshot that too. And PigDev says, thanks, I've been getting DMs from people asking if there are safe places on Godot whatsoever. Seems there have been some dissident people, especially after the later turn the big cool Discord channel unofficial. We will do our own thing that happened this past month. PigDev goes on to say, everyone that follows me knows I can't care less about anyone's gender, sexual orientation, or any queerish choice. But note that this shouldn't give people the right to anything. Queer people have been consistently vengeful and persecuting non-queer people. Ever since the Godot Engine Code of Conduct in 2019, I decided to not participate directly in the community, and I warned about what is happening. I'm not the type of person who avoids getting into discussions, so I knew this could get me in trouble. It was clear to me that people would abuse that, especially people who didn't typically occupy positions of power. They usually don't have the necessary sense of responsibility to handle power. Power, responsibility, and freedom are not splittable. Either you get them all or none. Here is a post where it looks like PigDev was responding to Juan. Will there be a file or something with the list of banned users, the reason, and the proof? And Juan says, I think most community platforms provide this in the moderation tools, plus there are logs. PigDev says, so common users won't have access to who was banned nor their behavior? How can we build a reliable source of action that can lead to ban so we can rely on it for our interactions? And also one for who misbehaved so we can also segregate them from our own communities if we want to. Without that, it will be just a psychological terrorism. This is exactly what is causing all this buzz. People don't know how things will be and what will cause them to get into trouble. With documents displaying such things, you are showing exactly what kind of thing is expected, and how hiding the behavior of someone who misbehaves according to your COC, which in the moderator's words, it just implies that you shouldn't be a bad person. Is there anything close to ethically correct? Why hiding bad persons are defensible? Remy, last name I'm not going to pronounce. The Godot project is committing to providing a friendly and safe environment for everyone. If we ban someone for saying things which make the environment unfriendly or safe, and we don't remove those statements, the environment is still unfriendly or safe. Oh my God. The fact that people can't deal with words on a screen sometimes just really gets me, guys. Okay. If you link a person and point to their misbehavior, telling what they did and how this got them in trouble, you are providing a proof that your environment is safe and that the action that led to the ban is not tolerated. You are proving that your environment is safe. Now, if you get banned for no reason because the moderator blocked you without properly moderating your replies, it's your responsibility to appeal to a forum begging to get unblocked. And we will visit that in just a minute. Well, if you're one of the people who are interested in just getting technical support about game development, you are invited to my Discord server. Just to be cleared, I do have a code of conduct in my server, and I am in the right to ban you if you violate it. But I don't remember having to ban anyone in the last 2 years or such. Neither have reports from other members, so I'd say it's a safe space. For anyone interested, I will include a link to PigDev's stuff here so that you can take a look yourself. Gigabear points out that there was approximately 1 minute between Xanax's statement and the Godot Foundation's statement. Odds are good he was tipped off that they would be condemning him, so he could immediately respond. And here's that. And Xanax says, in 2016, I made very stupid jokes involving the N-word after being insulted that way in other communities. I directed those slurs at myself in derision. I realized it was an insensitive thing to do and didn't do it anymore after that. I once again deeply apologize. The fact that this person thinks that it is because someone found a couple instances of him saying the N-word, as opposed to the fact that he was literally calling people cockroaches and stuff for disagreements. The stuff he said in those posts alone were disgusting and vile. You shouldn't go after people like that. You just shouldn't. And to fall back on, oh, it's the N-word stuff. How absolutely retarded do you have to be? I mean, that is so ridiculous. Pirate Nation goes on to point out that Godot are trying to dox users by forcing them to send their Gmail email when applying for an unblock. Here is the block Twitter appeal form. Please fill out this form if you feel you have been unfairly blocked by the Godot Engine Twitter account. We will investigate what happened and unblock you if deemed appropriate. Here is the email where they mark the email address, your Twitter handle. Please link to your last post replying to or mentioning Godot Engine, or copy paste the content. Game Dev Ashwin says, I was looking into the Godot as a replacement for Unity, but not anymore. Their community manager completely overreacted to a mundane post and went on a wild banning spree, with them even doubling down by adding a git ban. And now they demand proof of innocence. Really? I wasn't banned, and I'm still appalled by this behavior. They are employing hysterical, overgrown children who can flip out at any moment over someone not actively celebrating their political activism and refusing to take responsibility. Yeah, I'm done with Godot. If they can't act as adults, they can go back to the obscurity where they were in before Unity screwed up. They are apparently not a serious organization, and as such, I will not waste any more time on them. She then has a back and forth with this fellow censeur. Go on with your day. If you can't identify the real problem here, go deal with Unity for as long as you want, I guess. Ashwin responds, real problem? The real problem is that nowadays anyone in gaming/media openly waving their flag in the goddamn American culture war will almost immediately turn the area into a battlefield with consequences to anyone even partially related. I wonder why that would make people tired/weary of service providers turning openly political. I do not want to get SBI just because an engine I'm using let their Twitter account get handled by an unhinged activist with an overinflated ego. Censeur says first, the game devs are not service providers. They do their thing for the global community, even before they had funds. It's a vision, a political one. Second, if you can't handle some backlash, let me tell you, you're in for a nice ride in game dev overall. Apparently everybody knows it's a political vision, except for perhaps the Juan guy. Ashwin says, I've been a game dev since 2006. Thank you, but I've seen a few things. So to basically sum things up, Godot came out, said, we made a post. Everybody attacked us for it. It's everybody's fault. You shouldn't harass us. Oh, and if we banned you and you want to get your account back, you have to give us your information so that we can say it's okay, because God forbid if we actually do the work to determine if everybody we'd banned for even the slightest thing actually deserved it. And let's face it, they have broken their own code of conduct. Now, there's been a lot of reference to the mysterious Godot Foundation, and there does appear to be quite a bit on this to dig into. Specifically, I found this article by a former maintainer of Godot. It's called Waiting for Blue Robot. And let me tell you, this really does appear to have a lot of information in it. Further, the Godot Foundation calls itself a nonprofit. Now, for those of you who maybe trust nonprofits, I'm going to explain to you why I don't. While they say they don't make a profit, that profit is only considered in terms of taxation. So what they say when they say no profit, it means at the end of the year, when they do their books, it looks like, according to the government math, they didn't make any money. They broke even. They provided the services that they were created to provide, and everybody walked away even. However, part of being a nonprofit means that there are, in fact, board members and stuff like that who do make money. So from what I'm seeing, there is a little more to dig into on this. I am hesitant to make a fourth video on this. However, if people express an interest, again, I will do so. I have plenty of information for it. In the meantime, if you are looking for a fork of Godot to use, there is Redot, which is what I'm calling it. I'm sure they want it pronounced some other way, but this is my video channel and I will pronounce things the way I want. They say we do not hate Godot, we love Godot, which is why we want to see it thrive and fix the issues the community has been demanding for a long time. The drama that broke out was merely the catalyst that finally pushed us into action. Confirmation was Godot Foundation's horrid response. I will again leave a link to Redot's Twitter in my description. They had some issues today regarding being attacked by people flooding their Discord and trying to make it political. Meanwhile, they were trying to get their moderation team in order. However, this time does hopefully appear to be under control for them. We will see. Okay, I just saw this response really quick. Dr. T says, so is it pronounced Redot, 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 or Red Dot? And Redot responds all of them, and it's awesome. I love it. That said, thank you for taking your time to listen to this video. Let me know what your thoughts about all this are down in the comments. Let me know if you're interested in seeing a fourth video or if it's time to move on. I'm really good either way. I do this because I like finding things I like talking about and then making a video about them. Again, I'm looking at doing Halloween streams for the month. If you know of any horror games you would like me to play or that you think I should play that maybe I haven't already, leave it down in the comments. The next stream will be Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So the sooner I get an idea of what I'm doing then, the better. But yeah, let me hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. If you really liked it, you can feel free to share it around, and I will catch you later.